This is from the title story of the collection Starhammer and Sickle Moon. The night passed uneventfully, and they were sitting up and stretching as the sky paled towards dawn, when Carlo's head went up sharply and he flashed a quick hand signal to the others. Used to relying on his psi ability, they flung themselves flat and rolled for cover. However, the figure was reassuringly human, a tall, slim woman who appeared from behind a tree a mere 20 metres away and walked unhurriedly towards them, hands clearly in sight. A few paces away, she stopped and eyed them thoughtfully. Her short black hair and brown skin suggested a temple, but her eyes were unexpectedly blue, lighting a thin, bony face with features too irregular for beauty, yet with an air of distinction and authority not easily to be forgotten. "Well, well, what have we here?" Her voice was a contralto drawl, with an accent Carlo felt he knew. "We're survivors from the cargo vessel FFV 1294G-VH, registered on FAR," Claggett answered her. "That much I know. I found your LB. I've been trailing you." That startled all of them. How could you follow our trail in the dark?" Rudy demanded. "Oh, I found your ship while it was still light, and I marked your trail. I followed part of the way by car, but when I got to Westron Creek, I didn't know if you'd gone upstream or down, so I had to set down and check. By then it was too dark to see much. But you've been broadcasting loud and clear, and you weren't outside my range." "Broadcasting? Your psi?" "Only 1.8, but enough out here where there's no other intelligent life. I camped in the trees there rather than startle you in the middle of the night, but once I heard you moving, I thought I should introduce myself." "And who are you?" Claggett demanded. "J. Llewellyn, Senior Ranger on this world. I was doing a routine patrol when I got a report from Saris of an unidentified vessel going over his property. And when I checked it out, I found your LB. Only 3 of you make it?" "The rest of us were killed. We were attacked by the Yog," Claggett answered bleakly. The Ranger focused her attention sharply. It was as if she had drawn a sword. "Where?" "Within this system. We were bringing machine parts in, supposed to be taking raw metals out." "How many Yolit ships?" 2. Cruiser class. We were heavily outgunned." "Where did they come from?" "They were waiting for us. We came out of Hyper just beyond 5 and came in over the ecliptic. Just inside 4, they came out of nowhere. Sure, they were in the planet's shadow, which is considerable since it's a gas giant, and sure, we weren't expecting anything like that within the system. But we were operating normal sensor scans, and one minute there was nothing on our screens, the next there was. They had us nicely bracketed." Anger bubbled in her voice. She and Glordek, the captain, had been blood sisters. "You think they have some new kind of shield?" Llewellyn queried. "Looked like it. But there's more." Claggett paused, fighting to bring her adrenaline under control. She wanted to leap up and smash someone, to claim revenge for the best crew she had ever shipped with, but now was not the time. Oddly, the Ranger seemed to understand. At least she waited, showing no sign of impatience. But then Carlo thought even at only 1.8 she'd be picking up the emotional broadcast. She could hardly help it. He took a hand. "Our captain was still alive. She ordered us to leave, and she rammed one of the Yolit ships, so we were able to get away. We took evasive action, of course. The other ship followed us. When we got past 3, they must have decided it was too dangerous to carry on. We were within range of your planetary defense system. But they sent out a signal." "A signal to whom?" He shrugged. "That's just it, we don't know. Rudy was monitoring their frequency as a matter of routine, and we caught it. But we didn't have time to analyze it before we were inside the atmosphere. They'd hit the port nacelle and we had trouble coming in. That's why we cracked up." "I see. And if you want to know what happens next, you'll have to buy the book."